It's the High Heel Tea Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Where we speak on real topics that'll make you laugh. Looking good, smelling good, that's a boss chick. Yeah. 6-inch heel, show you how to walk slick. Hey. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Reed Podcast. Hey. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Reed Podcast. Hey. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Reed Podcast. Hey. And it's the podcast, and it's the High Heel.
Hey, welcome to the High Heel Tea Podcast. I'm Crystal.
This is Rihanna.
And y'all, today we are joined with Json. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Thanks for having me. Pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. Before we get started, can we share with the listeners, the watchers, a little bit more about who you are? Give them some background.
Yeah, for sure. So, Jason Watson, I'm a St. Louis native, born and raised. You know what I mean? I grew up in Walnut Park. I always tell people I'm a reform hood dude. So now I work for an organization called Mission St. Louis, primarily working to try to reinvest in the community that at one point I helped destroy. You know what I mean? So that's really my life.
What you mean you reform? Let's talk to them. What you had did?
Man. Ain't no
Or what you had not did.
It's in this video too.
All right, keep it discreet.
Keep it GP.
They make it fictional based on the true story.
No federal stuff. No.
So it's crazy, man. Like, I'm the youngest of 10 kids.
Oh, wow.
So my mama got 10 all by my mother. And my mama's savage, like, you know what I mean? So my mother was a drug addict when I was growing up. So that really just turned me to the street. So by the time I was 12 years old, I started hustling. And really it's crazy when I think about it, because I remember being 9 years old and knowing that my mama got high. And could look her in her face. And I used to always say my mama was two people. I actually liked the high mama, because the high mama let me do whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, when she wasn't high, she was a whole nother person, you know?
Like he's strict now.
Absolutely. And I remember feeling like, dang, I don't never want to sell no drugs, because I remember the feeling of like, I ain't had Christmases, it wasn't none of that. You know what I mean? But here it is, 12 years old, I started hustling. And that led to me doing a bunch of other dumb stuff. By the time I was 14, I started snorting heroin. So that led to me robbing and doing a bunch of other crazy stuff. I got locked up. I went to Beaumont High School.
Me too.
Got kicked out of Beaumont High School.
Not me.
I graduated. Only one of them.
Somebody had the great idea to take all the bad
kids
and put them in one place.
That was dumb.
They was trying not to give up on y'all.
Man, listen, I got kicked out of that mug too. So
wow.
I got kicked out of all public schools, and I ended up catching a case and ended up in a workhouse, and that led me to being on probation and dealing with the courts and all of that type of stuff. So life just for me young was crazy. I saw a lot of people die at a young age. You know what I mean? Started crazy, and you know, even to be where I am now, I'm always reminded of that. So that's kind of why I carry myself the way I do.
Okay, so I have two questions. One, did you ever see your mother, like, was your mother always a drug addict, like from the time you were born on up, or was there a period of time that it kicked off for her? Yeah,
from the time I was born. But let me be clear, like my mama, one of the strongest, is the strongest.
We don't want to make it seem like she ain't.
No, for sure. And on top of that, she was a functioning drug addict. So she always had a job. We always had, even if we had nothing, that mug was clean. My mama cooked meals every Sunday.
She took care of you.
Yeah, she took care of me. You know what I mean? So
it's way better than my mama.
But it was
But
it was crazy though. Sometimes you come home and you like, why all our stuff outside?
Oh man.
You know what I mean? Like, so you
that's because she didn't do that part.
Correct. You know.
So I was gonna speak to that too. My mom always abused alcohol. And so growing up, it was like, when she was drinking, it was funner because you could get her to do stuff. It was just funner. But when she wasn't drinking, it was like mean, grouchy.
Because
you be like, man, go have a beer. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I understood that. So let's bring it up to date. Now that you're more of a prominent figure here, right? How has the energy of St. Louis influenced your motivational style and message today?
Everything that I am bleeds St. Louis. You know, the way that I talk, the way that I move. I'm one of the people that feel like I'm myself everywhere I go. So I take that with me. You know what I mean? I think my language, how I communicate, how we dress, St. Louis is different when you go. Other cities respect us. If you start talking about St. Louis, they respect us. We different. And I carry that with me, so that plays out.
They respect us and they scared of us.
For sure. You know what I mean?
You're like, what?
So that plays out in how I interact and just just, you know, really, we always say we real. I say when I die, one of the most important things to me is that people know I don't care if you like me or not, you're going to say that was a real dude. And I feel like that's the St. Louis culture.
Yeah.
Okay, and it delivers through your message. And I know you already kind of like walked us through a lot of background of you, but I'm still going to ask, what is like a setback in your life that taught you your greatest lesson today?
Setback in my life that taught me my greatest lesson. I would probably say the street stuff is one thing, but so I was married for 14 years.
Right.
So I think divorce probably taught me a lot, believe it or not. And just being married, like it has reshaped me as a person. And I think it's what you do with that, you know what I'm saying? So I would say that's a pivotal space for me that really kind of shaped who I am today.
How so?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did you learn?
I think I learned a few things. One, I learned just my motto, which is life is to be lived and not figured out.
Okay.
So often I feel like we want everything to be forever. And in often cases, 99% of the people and the relationships you come in contact with won't be in your life forever.
Yeah, nothing's permanent.
So it kind of helps you learn that it's more important to enjoy the small things because that's majority of your life.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of a series of small relationships that lasted a certain period of time.
Yeah.
And I got friends that I knew when I was young that played a pivotal role, and we don't even talk no more.
Yeah.
And not because nothing went wrong, but just life took us in different paths.
But it helped to shape who you are
It helped
today.
me to shape, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things that I learned that was pivotal, that like, yo, it's cool for life to just be what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember when I was going through divorce, I think that was something that was real hard for me too. At that time prior to, I don't think I ever understood that, you know, everything has an end. And that's what made it hard. It was like, this is not supposed to happen. We supposed to be doing it. And I dealt with that. And of course, dealing with that, you struggle with the separation and all that good stuff. But posted, as I matured in my mindset, I'm like, oh, so now I can walk into new situations differently, you know?
It's a grieving process.
Yeah.
You know, you grieve
yeah.
that loss, no matter what kind it is.
Yeah. But that's something I learned. Everything has an end, you know. Everything starts, stops, you know, everything creates, crumbles, like everything has an end to it. So, but endings doesn't always mean bad.
No.
Okay. All right. It's a new story. It's a new story. What book do you find yourself recommended to people?
What book?
See, I went through all your social media. I was like, I know what, I got some questions for him. I had to write them down. I was like, I got some questions for him.
What book do I find myself recommending to people? I'm not sure. So I don't know if I recommend a book as much as I recommend like a person.
Okay.
So it's a dude I follow on YouTube. His name is San Guru.
Okay.
And you know, you chew up the meat and spit out the bones, but he played a pivotal role, like in just me, the way that I view life, and you know, been able to kind of see myself in the way in which I interact with the world and how I think. So it kind of really helped me process things when I was going through some of the divorce stuff, but more importantly, it helped me just kind of see a different way to interact with the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other than him, what else did you use pretty much as a tool to get through the divorce?
People, you know what I'm saying?
Surroundings.
Yeah, definitely dope people. Shoot, I wild out. You
was outside?
Absolutely. Yeah, you better get outside a little
Did you
bit.
say he was married for 14 years?
For 14 years. Yeah, so you know, you gotta have a period to wild out. Like,
Yeah.
You gotta have that thought phase. Go outside.
Absolutely. For sure.
Yeah.
I let myself be upset. You gotta let yourself feel all of those feelings. You know what I mean? And I think just really, I would just say I had to be intentional.
Okay. I have a question. Because I was getting my nails done yesterday and I was talking to my nail tech and she was telling me about her whole phase.
Her whole
that
phase.
she had.
Okay.
And
Was
she
it early or late?
It was early. She was like, I had fun. Right? And this is not my first time hearing
How
her
old is
brag
your
about
nail?
her whole phase. She in her early 30s now.
Okay.
And, you know, her and her girlfriend, they had their ups and downs, but they together and they cool. And so I had to ask her, because I was like, I don't feel like I ever really had this whole phase. I was married and then, you know, post everything. It's like I live life, but I live it responsibly. I have daughters. So I was like, I don't dab in it. And she was like, well, you should.
I don't think that you necessarily had a whole phase, friend, but you have had time where you have separated
for sure.
yourself and you've been able to dibble and dabble in what you wanted to.
For sure.
So everybody's whole phase don't look the same.
So to that, I wanted, because this is a man that's saying he was outside, I wanted to ask, like, can a whole phase exclude sexual interaction? Or the only way you can say you had a whole phase
Is by having sex.
is if you was out here, although you telling the truth, you having fun, everybody know what it is. Can that exist without sex?
But what is the whole phase if you're not having sex?
That's why that was my point. 'Cause
But
she
you
was like,
just going on dates. You just going on a whole bunch of dates.
Question though.
Yeah.
I do think it depends on who you talk to. Because you know, when it comes to dating, some people are very conservative when it comes to dating. Meaning like, I only date one person. I'm only going out with one person.
Yep.
So I think if you ask that
That's
person,
you primarily.
Yeah, like-
but your situation get cut off so fast. You be like, ugh.
yeah, like, see, I couldn't. Yeah, that's a dangerous space to.
I literally probably only, if I could say I date somebody, I probably only date one person a year. Like, I don't even be dating. I'll interact and get to know you, but once I see it ain't gonna go nowhere, we ain't dating. We cool. You know?
Got you.
Yeah.
It's cordial.
Yeah, we cool. Yeah, we'll probably make it past the courtship. What's an underrated skill everyone should have?
Underrated.
Underrated skill that everybody should have. I would probably say, that is actually a really good question.
No, I was in my bag. I watch your videos. I was going through all of it, and I said, I know how I'm gonna pick his mind.
That's a really good question. Underrated, I would say, what comes to mind?
Something's on your mind, I can tell. Don't overthink it.
It's different things.
It's a big question, so it's no way to get it wrong.
Correct.
Not that you're looking for the right, but what is the first thing that came to you?
Emotional maturity.
Boom. Okay.
That's the first thing that comes.
Because not everybody has emotional maturity.
I think a lot of people don't know what it is.
Intellect over emotion.
So yeah.
A lot of people think their ability to, assess themselves is just emotional intelligence, even with that. But you have to have the ability I have to be able to read her too.
Yep. Discernment.
And check it all. You know what I'm saying? And not just because I can keep myself, I gotta know how to.
Gotta be able to pay attention.
Emotion doesn't mean you know how to deal with it. Sometimes we feel like just because I don't deal with it, I'm cool. I know how to handle emotion, but really you don't. You ain't never really faced nothing you didn't deal with.
You gotta talk yourself through it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I did that too before.
I did that too before. Look at her. She had flashbacks.
I'm like, shit, I was wrong, huh?
Let me think about it.
I'm sorry. 3 years, I'm sorry. But no, that's a good one. That's a good one. What would you say is an underrated skill?
Underrated skill. I mean, I'm with them with that because a lot of people don't have it. And it lacks, I would say, communication too. Communication and being just transparent.
Yeah,
it
looks subjective
like
too.
Adult people, why do you have to lie? You're an adult.
100% true.
Just tell the truth.
Just tell the
say
truth.
how you feel.
Vulnerability would be one as well.
I like that. I be telling people this about vulnerability because I think in our culture and especially our upbringers, we was taught vulnerability is weakness. But I be like, no, that shit is fire. It's growth.
Yeah.
Because once I'm vulnerable enough to be open and honest in my authentic self with you, and you accept it, and we go from there. That's cool.
I feel like there is no love without vulnerability.
Yes.
So the more vulnerable you are, the more you have the capability to love and be loved.
100.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm saying.
To learn.
Yeah.
It becomes
Often people
easier.
don't experience love because they not vulnerable. Like we all, they trying to hold something back and still experience
please
the depths
don't
of
look at
love.
me.
That's
Please
what
don't look at me.
Yeah.
You said exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. So it's like I like to be vulnerable because I want you to see me, right? And I'm giving you the real me. And I do believe I'm not somebody that really like, oh, is what you see is what you get. I have like layers to me, and that's because I used to be more closed off. But now at 38, I'm more like, all right, I know how to be vulnerable. I want you to see who I am, everything with me, so you love me for me. And now once you peel more layers, you're like, who the fuck is this? Who is this?
A whole other
Your
person.
love can only go as deep as your vulnerability.
True story.
It's true.
So like,
I do think
lot of
though,
people win.
the more layers you peel back with me, the more you love me, not love me.
Or get to love you.
Yeah, because it's like the more vulnerable, because there is levels to vulnerability though, right? There are people that know how to appear like they're being vulnerable and open, but they really not. So
vulnerability also looks different at different people.
it does.
If you're a person that's used to telling your story.
Yeah.
You talk
It's
to a
easy.
person, they might feel like, oh, you done told me, yo.
Oh, life
Yeah.
story.
You be like, I do this.
This ain't nothing. That's what I do.
This don't make you special.
Exactly.
I tell everybody the same thing.
Yes. And so for me, it's like I still do things to that point the more layers come off, the more you actually like me, enjoy me, and love me. But I do know how to be open
because
enough.
I'm more comfortable with you too.
Yeah, I think the more depth you go into me, but I do know how to be open enough to what you see is still true. So it's not like
You choose to be vulnerable with somebody.
it's like a level of maturity, a level of self-assessment I have to have before I interact with you. If I don't have, and I'm not one of those people to this point, right, that walks around like I'm perfect. Like I've had insecurities with relationships with people due to past experiences. And so it made me more closed off. And I had to check that. So before I walk into a room, I check myself. I know who I am. I walk in like I already arrived. I'm not looking for validation or anything like that. So as long as I'm in tune with myself, Pisces.
Oh, okay.
And as long as I'm in tune with myself, like I can easily be vulnerable with you. So we can sit here and talk for hours. And probably within an hour, you done peeled every layer back, right? Versus somebody I ain't comfortable with.
And you're like, ooh. Like,
They be like, she reserved. I ain't reserved.
I just don't
You
want
like Crystal hella fun. Crystal silly, Crystal. They don't get that.
Yeah.
So, but I still walk in a room with the discernment to say if I should be open or not, right? I leave that there. So,
Yeah.
but just being comfortable for sure. But
And it's
I watch
also
you. I want to
energy
see
too.
how far you gonna go.
Yeah, it's the energy too, friend.
Yeah, the
It's
more
the
you-
energy, it's
Yeah.
like the space that you in, how you make me feel comfortable. When
Yeah.
I'm around you, if you make me feel like, okay, I can be open, I can be honest.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting here and you just looking like, you know, you reserved, you scared to talk to me, you don't want to say nothing. Yeah, that's not gonna make me comfortable.
I was gonna say certain men they have that energy about them too, to where as a woman, I feel nothing but just being a woman in your space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's safe, and it's like I think. I don't want to say all women. I want to speak to all women, but I do think women definitely desire to just have that kind of interaction
Safe
with
space.
men, where it's just like, "Hey, I'm just a woman."
Yeah,
and
I'm just a
around
girl.
you. So that would make me lay my guard. That would make me like, "Oh my God, hold on one second." Oh, you so, oh my goodness, you make me feel so
I
safe.
definitely believe that. I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
women are around an actual man, and I'm
Yeah.
not toxic masculinity, but
Yeah.
an actual man. The
Yeah.
natural response is to
You start
that
talking.
way.
You start
You know what I
being
mean? Like,
open. You start
absolutely.
being vulnerable,
and most women
Yeah.
want that
And
space.
it's easy.
most women want it, and there's sometimes you have conversations and you know the shit. You better shut up. You're like, all right, nice talking to you. Have a good day. This is a tradition, by the way. Every
Earrings
episode,
falling off.
every podcast session, the earring fall off. So we're gonna just put that to the side. What are you most excited about right now in your work and in your personal life?
Man, in my personal life, I'm just excited about life. You know, and I know that sounds very cliche, but when you've been in a dark space, like you come out, like everything feel bright for
It
me.
does.
Like, and I'm optimistic. I'm the dude, like the ceiling fall in. I'm like, at least it ain't fall on us.
Yeah. Me too.
It's a little bit.
You know what I mean?
It's a little rubble.
Yeah.
So like I'm really just excited about life and
Yeah.
you know growth and you know my children and who they are, and I feel good looking at them. You know what I mean? And professionally, just to be able to do what I do, like blow my mind, like you know. So it's so I think currently like we working on a lot of different things with Show Me Peace, which is a violence intervention program. So excited about those pieces. Like so just being able to have your pulse or your hand or the pulse on what's happening and being involved in that, like that's you know, that do something for my soul for sure.
So I was gonna incorporate something that I started doing was listen to Sade in the mornings.
Which song was your favorite?
Sweetest Taboo. And it was for the first time. You know how like you listen to music and you be like, oh my God, does this make me think of this person? I was like, this song make me think of myself so much. And I was like, this is if I could describe me,
Absolutely.
I'm the sweetest taboo. All right. So that is something that helped me tremendously. I wanted to put that.
Now, also on that note, you say that he does music as well. He's also an artist. So within that space, how do you tie in being an artist with what you do in St. Louis with the Mission, STL, and things like that nature?
In a couple of ways. One, music for me is therapeutic. So like now I just do it for my own space and my own mind and my own, you know what I mean? Like, but then being able to tap in with dudes, like, so we got a music studio, we let dudes use the music studio, like, so it creates opportunity to talk to dudes and then connecting dudes to producers, knowing people that navigate around the city musically, like, So one of our guys that's on my team, his name is Wes. He's super dope. He already had buzz, like, you know, so being able to assist dudes when they want to do something musically. And a lot of dudes that's in the hood feel like that's the only thing they got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Some
how can we
connection.
materialize that, you know?
When we was growing up too, everybody definitely went into like music or sports.
Yes.
Because that's what we thought was like our options.
Music, sports, or drug dealers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like that's how we
Those
go
are
get
the
our
top
money.
three things.
Them the top
Because those things made money.
That's how we
And
gonna
a
make
lot
our
of us
money.
came from places
Well, for
that
me-
didn't have money.
For me, when I looked around and everybody that was working, they was broke. So it didn't
Or
make
they were
sense.
struggling.
Or they were struggling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm looking
Like
at
I want to do what you do.
Yeah, he's like,
I
I'm
wanna
at a
be
job.
just
I'm
like
like,
you.
you want me to go get a job so I can live like
You, man.
And then the drug dealers looked like they was having fun.
Pulling up,
Exactly. Pulling
have a
up.
good Christmas.
Absolutely.
They giving out turkeys and shit.
Yeah, like
So, I'm gonna end it with a video that I saw that was on your page, and it was really a staple. I love the way you break stuff down. Number one, I kind of talk like that too. This video was where you was breaking down that plane crash that happened, and I don't know, 18 to 20 people survived, and a couple of people had to eat the person, and you was just like, you never know what you would do, and but the real question is why. And so I remember I saw this post that talked about a lot of times people are judging someone else's decision, but you never knew what their options were. You know, so I want you to kind of break down that again, and let's talk today. Let's dissect that a little bit.
Yeah, so yeah, we could do that. So basically,
And I like your watch. Match your clothes.
Match your clothes. Look, you might need
know?
different.
Yeah, I might need that. I might need that.
The hotel, they called me, was like, hey, this is what we're trying to do today. This was all coordinated.
Yeah.
This didn't just come together.
It always happens.
It just happens like that. But nah, so it's crazy because I always ask people like, would you eat somebody? Would
Right.
you eat a human being?
Immediately, no, obviously, right?
Yeah.
No, nobody would eat it.
I mean,
I cannot see that.
I don't see me eating a human being. I see it's so much other stuff that's available.
Got you. So, well, in 1972, there was a plane crash, right? It was a rugby team on a plane. They crashed into a glacier. This true story is it's a movie based off of it called Alive. And when they crash on a glacier, like they stuck. So they trying to figure out what's going to happen. About 16 to 20 people survive. So they stuck on this mug, right? But after a while, like they start to starve. Some of them start to die. So eventually they start to eat the people that died in order for them to survive. And eventually they ended up getting rescued by a plane. So I always say that to say, like, you never know what you'll do until you're in a circumstance or in a situation where you have to make a decision. So we could all say, yeah, ain't no way I would eat somebody until you on the glacier, freezing, starving,
Like
and the only thing you got to eat is this.
Oh, this look like a Hershey chocolate bar.
That's starting
She
to
look
get
melted.
good, man. Listen.
But the thing is, you did not say that they was already dead. See,
Was they dead already?
yeah, he said that they were already dead. See, that's
I
different.
can't see myself doing
We had
that.
to kill people, and they like if we had to survive, then that's something different. But if these people are already
They already
dead,
died.
But that's kind of almost even worse because they kind of like decompose.
but if you don't have anything else,
don't
and it's
got
a
nothing.
glacier,
Ain't no
I can
water. I
understand.
mean,
Ain't nothing.
ain't no plants.
Ain't nothing.
Ain't no poison ivy. Like,
You
I'll
can't.
probably be just laying with you, like, you know.
Yeah, they gonna eat you.
No, I'm gonna lay next to the dead people. Well, go ahead, eat me when I'm done. Like,
You just gonna die.
I cannot, but never say never.
Close.
Never say
Look,
no.
close your eyes.
That's when I watched that. I was like, that's so
That
mind
correlates to like what the decisions that we make when we in the streets.
Yep.
Like so.
Yep.
I remember my first time shooting at somebody and what that felt like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I remember the feeling of seeing my best friend lose his life and what that felt like. What they put in my heart.
All
and
the
my
emotions
mind.
you went through.
Yeah, like so you can't say what you would do.
for
Often
sure.
in our city, I can go to the gas station and see somebody that killed my brother. How you expect me to respond in that situation? You know what I mean? Like anybody would feel some level of anger. Calling the police, they not gonna make it here in time.
Yeah.
So it's all these different emotions that's going on. So I just tell people when you see people make a decision, no matter what that decision is, the question is what led you to that decision? Because it's something that got you there.
It's something
If
that
I just
got
tell
you
you
there.
some people ate some dead people, you like they gotta be
Man,
crazy.
Yeah, these was crazy.
They-
They was on drugs or something. Yeah. Man, yeah.
Give me a leg.
I don't know if I even should have asked that
First, I'm
now.
like, give me a leg. Just give me a piece of that leg.
Listen,
Dang, let's give me.
but that's
Dipping in some
relationally.
water.
Relationally,
Every step
I
of the
would
way.
never do this.
Yeah.
Okay, run into the right dude or
You
run into
never
the
know.
right girl. You never
That's
know.
true.
Never
You know
say
what I'm saying?
never, man. So I absolutely love that, and absolutely enjoyed you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Definitely.
Before we end, can you share with the watchers, the viewers again, where they can tap into you at?
Sure. So you can follow me on social media. Instagram is Json 314. So you can tap in with what we're doing there. Make sure to follow Show Me Peace, which is our violence intervention program, and you can follow them at Show Me Peace as well. Or you can tap into the work that we're doing at showmepeace.org to learn more about the work that we're doing and what that look like in the city.
Awesome.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks for having me.
And thank y'all for watching. Goodbye. Yay. That was awesome.